Hey guys, love the game, love the rip here, and I just got done filming a video of an opening, and I decided to take this time to show you guys what I do behind the scenes with all of my cards. So I'm going to start with this pile over here. Now this silver R.A.K Smith, it actually fits into one of my collections. I have a base collection plus all of the silver autographs on top of the base collection all the way up to like 300. So, and that's all in this box right here. So it just goes right on the end here because this is the next one in line. So that one goes in that collection box right there. I'm actually going to shut this, set it off to the side. All right. So now these two cards, they're my top hits out of the box, so or out of the opening I did. So I will normally post these on eBay. So those two will go on eBay, and those just get set off to the side over here so I can list them. And the reason I put these on eBay is because they're hits that don't really fit into my collection, but I want them to go out to somebody who actually needs them in their collection. So I know they go out to a good home where somebody actually wants them. So the next pile here, I have my own player collection / team collection, and what I do is I just sleeve all these bad boys up, and I have my own little bin that I have set off to the side over here, and I put all these in that bin. So I'm just going to set these off to the side, and I'll sleeve them off camera for you guys in a little bit so that they can go into my collection. Now this one up here, this is Drew Brees, my buddy Rob. He's one of my coworkers, and he is a huge Drew Brees fan. Like all over his apartment just has Drew Brees signs. So I just give him all the Drew Brees cards I find because he's a good friend of mine, and so I usually just sleeve these up. And when I see him at work next, I'll just be like, "Yo, I found you another Drew Brees card," and he's like, "Sweet." So that one goes off to the side for him. Alright guys, so my inserts and my parallels that I pull, you didn't see me sleeve them, but after every video I go and I sleeve all of those, and I have a little bin here, and I just take these cards and I stack them on top of each other just like so, and I put them in a pile in this bin. And what happened, and I usually use these as like trade and stuff like that. So if anybody sees a video and they message me saying they want to trade, I'll have these in line for trades. And then what happens after a while, a couple weeks go by, they'll just shift over to this pile over here. And what happens then is I put all these cards that did not want to, or that people did not want, and they don't fit into my collection. I usually just put them on alternate eBay accounts so that so that they can go to better homes, I guess you could say, so that I know that they're not just sitting here not in my collection. Alright guys, so next we have the rookies, and usually with the rookies I take just the normal base rookies that I get out of the openings, and I will set them in one of these pretty big boxes here, and that I have labeled as rookies, and I'll just set them in here. Some of them I don't actually have sleeved in this box because I do work a full-time job, I have school, so I don't always get around to them, but all these cards will be sleeved. And then once I fill one of these boxes, I just put the lid on it, and I have a place upstairs in my closet that it will go, and eventually these cards will be passed down to either my children or my grandchildren someday, so that they can see that I was a collector, and they won't ever leave that box or my collection until my kids or my grandkids decide to do something with them. Now these usually the short printed or the parallels of the rookies that I get, I will try to get them into somebody else's collection, so they either get put on my eBay or they get shifted over into the trade pile eventually to get sold if they do not get traded. So I just take all these and I put them in the same bin that I put the inserts and the parallels of the base players. Alright guys, so finally we go on to the base cards that I open up. Now, most of these base cards, or all of them actually, I like to give away to kids that are out playing catch or out playing catch with their dads, out playing catch with themselves, out playing catch with their friends, outside playing, anything like that. I like to just spread the love of this hobby to people that aren't really exposed to it very often. So what I do is I take these blaster boxes and I actually just keep them around, and these base cards, I just take them and I just set them in here just like this. And I'll take them all, get them all in here. Looks like this one, just fill it up a little bit. I got some extra cards here that I'll put in there as well. And I'll just take this box right here, fill it up, full blaster box full of football cards, and I'll take one of my cards here, I guess one of my papers that shows my channel, and I'll set it on the top here, and I'll close them up, and if I'm driving around and I find a father-son playing catch or something like that, I'll just get out, I'll give them one of these, and just I love seeing the smile on the kid's face when they open it up and see all the football cards inside of it. And this actually started when I actually love giving stuff away, because one of my first blaster boxes that I ever opened, I had a few base cards just sitting around that I actually put back into the blaster box, and there was a kid outside tossing the football up in the air, and I went outside and I was like, "Hey bud, you like football cards and stuff like that? You like football?" And he was like, "Heck yeah." And so I was like, "Here you go," and I gave him a blaster box, and it was like half full of football cards that I had opened, and he just had a blast opening it and looking at all the cards inside. And like a week later, I saw him walking around, because I think I put a few packs inside of it, and he was walking around, and I asked him if he found any good cards out of it, and he was like, "Yeah," and he actually pulled out Ezekiel Elliott out of his pocket and showed me the card that he found. He was like, "Yeah, I found my favorite player out of it." And I mean, that just like brightened my whole day. So what I did really quick, I was like, "Wait here for a minute." And I went inside really quick, and I found him a couple Ezekiel Elliott cards. I top loaded them up, and I handed them to him, and he just was so happy. And he actually just put it in his pocket, and he was like, "Thank you," and he went on with his day. And it just makes me so happy to brighten up a kid's day like that. And so what I do is I usually fill up like 10 of these at a time, and I set them off to the side. I'll put them in my truck, and if I'm driving around and I see somebody playing catch, playing football, playing with their friends, and I'll get out and I'll give them some football cards. And I'll actually take these big boxes here, and these things hold about 1,500, 2,000 cards. And I'll just over time fill these things up, and I'll put some like parallels in here. I'll put some base cards. I put some fresh packs, and I actually carry some of these around as well. And if I see somebody outside, I'll brighten their day by giving them one of these. And I just love giving away my cards, because it just makes other people happy. It gets them involved in the hobby, and they, in the long run, they're getting exposed to something that they don't normally get exposed to. Now, these bigger boxes, I usually try to make sure that they do go to a father-son playing catch, because not only are they going to be able to go through the cards and talk about football, the father will be able to give the son stories. It just gives them a bonding experience, and I love to create that. And this is just a perfect setup for something like that. And I'm making this video because whenever I watch other YouTubers, I always wonder in the back of my mind where all their cards go, where all their base cards go, what they do with their cards. And some YouTubers will say what they do, and some won't. And I just wanted to make sure to let you guys know where all my cards go, what I do with all my cards, just so that you guys know in the back of your mind where all my cards go. Because I definitely have to hope that most of these YouTubers do make their cards that they don't really put in their collections go to good homes. So this is what I do behind the scenes with all my cards, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, leave a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you know when I post more opening videos or more videos like this. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.